So these ottomans go with our color scheme, which I don't know if the color scheme, you following me?
Nope, I forgot.
Rochelle on the camera, dangerous game.
At these
bicycle tires when Rochelle gets
tires.
her electric bike. That's coming soon. We just know it. So we are going to do our top 15 purchases since getting the RV. Some of them are purchases that we had before we even had the RV, meaning we showed up to the dealership when we were about to move in with those items, and some have happened since moving in. It seems like every weekend we show up with a new item.
Yeah.
But that's what living in the RV on the weekends or long weekends does. We figure out, we need this, we need that. So Rochelle hits the Amazon, and we come the next weekend with the box. This weekend we had 2 boxes. So we are going to go from least expensive to most expensive in our personal top 15. Now, this top 15 excludes everyday items for the most part, like bins,
command
hooks, little things like that. So, factor those already in. We're not talking sewer hose connections. We're not talking water hoses. All that stuff. This is more or less, it is indoor and outdoor. It's mainly indoor with a few outdoor items. All right. So here we go. Okay. Be sure you hit that subscribe button. It's free. Absolutely free. Doesn't cost you anything but a push of a button.
All right. One of the first purchases that I saw as far as a need for organizing my clothes was this hanger. I saw it on TikTok, so go TikTok. I think they were $9 for a 2-pack. And it was really sold for like leggings, but I'm putting my hoodies on there, and I think I'll be able to get them all on there. I don't know, we'll see, but I definitely have a bunch of t-shirts, and it just helps compact my clothes so that I don't have 10 of these, because I think that will take up more room than that little bit of space.
Awesome.
Next, we have this collapsible sink bin. And the reason we needed this is because our sink is a single basin, single sink. It's large and I love it, but for washing dishes, it is a little bit hard to do. So I can't get it open. Jay could probably do it really easily. Is it easier if you set it down?
It's easier if you have some muscle. Rochelle is strategically challenged with...
I got it.
There you go. Push from inside.
Okay.
It's really not that hard.
It's really not that hard.
I did it.
I did it the first time with no problem. And it has a little plug in there, so you just put that in there and turn it. That way you can, well, I can't do anything.
There you go.
Is that right? There you go. All right. So anyway, and then when you're washing dishes, you're washing in here, and then you can put your clean dishes over here until you rinse them. And then we, of course, use our dishwasher to put our clean dishes in, because why use a dishwasher to wash dishes?
We use our dishwasher as a drying place instead of actually using it to wash dishes.
We used it
We don't
once.
have, well, yeah, we've used it. We don't have a lot of dishes, so it's really just easier to do it that way.
Yep.
And yeah, that's how we do it. So that is I used this yesterday to wash our dishes, and gosh, it made such a big difference. So, and then it's collapsible, so now.
Yeah. And we got this at Walmart for $10.
$10.
Yeah. So not bad.
$10. So we'll collapse that later.
I can collapse it. Watch. Yeah. Let's see if I can collapse it.
Let's see if you can collapse it. Just put it straight down and boom.
Go me. See, it really wasn't that difficult.
These are super important, especially I think now that it's starting to get warmer. you can see everybody has these. It's going to be super bright. So this is the vent fan inside the kitchen. We also have one in the restroom. Lets in a lot of light. It's blinding right now. So we purchased these handy dandy.
You like the word handy dandy, don't you?
Yeah, foam insulators. Which, I mean, heat or cold. These have been great. Now, can I tell you how great they've been? No, because I don't have any scientific evidence for how much they have saved us, but I can tell you they work. And right now is a perfect example because it's so bright outside and it's starting to warm up. I'm just going to show you the installation of one of them. This one we leave in all the time. We don't take this one out unless we're using the kitchen vent fan, but most of the time we're using the convection oven exhaust. So it's in right now, and you can see immediately the difference. And now this one, it comes in a 2-pack. This one goes in the restroom, and while we're here, we don't put it back up. So that may change in the summertime, but for now, one of the first things we do is take it down when we get here on Friday nights, and then I'll put it back up Sunday night or whenever we leave. And then that way it just helps with efficiency during the week while we're gone. But yeah, great small investment. It came in a pack of 2. I'm gonna go out on a limb right now. We haven't researched it. Probably $20 or so. We'll find out, and I'll correct myself right here. We'll see how close I was. All right.
Okay.
All right, so this is where we got to lift. It's easier to lift the bed.
All right, so these little shoe racks come with the little hangers. They just hang on the edge of the bed. And I got a 10-pack or a 10 shoe hanger, and then 2 6 shoe hangers. No, 3 shoe hangers. Well, I guess it's a 6.
There's 6 slots.
6 slots.
Which means, so here's a 6 slot, which means it takes 3 pair of shoes.
Unless you can double them.
Yeah, this is a 10 slot right here, and that would take 5 pair, and then she had room for another 6 slot on the side.
It's important to note that I wear a size 7, okay? So you're not putting Jay's size 13 in there.
Let's go back up. There we go. Just grab one of my boats.
Oh.
Slide it over here.
Let's see. I mean,
Can it work?
Could go in there, yeah.
Yes.
But when you're putting multiples, like, it's going to get tight.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But right now I've been banished from the shoe slot thing.
It's all good.
All right. How much did we spend on those, Rochelle?
Okay. All total, we spent $44. The 10 slot was $20, and the 6 slots were $12 each. So not a bad idea for storing your shoes. Yep. Keeps your closet a little bit cleaner, or allows Jay to store all his shoes in the closet. All right, next we have our silicone pans for the convection oven.
Love.
Yes, these are awesome. They are very, what's the word? Pliable, bendable, flexible. One of them is in the dishwasher draining right now. So I bought a 3-pack without the handles, and they were $22. I can't remember anything. And then I think I got this handled one for like $10 or $12. I bought this one first to try it out, and then liked it, so we went ahead and got the others.
All right.
These step rugs, so the steps were very, very ugly, and I wanted something to look a little bit nicer. We need to vacuum because we still haven't fixed that from last weekend, but they have adhesive on the back of them, so you're able to just stick them down, and they have not come up at all. I didn't even prep the steps like you're supposed to with the alcohol or whatever. It's fine, they stick. And then we took it off of the bottom because it was just a little bit too wide for the bottom, and we put it up here at the top.
Yeah, so what we had initially on all of these steps was essentially this bottom, this rubber, which was fine, but it's ugly. Immediate difference when you add this, and then we went ahead and put the one at the very top as just an additional one. So yeah, that's our step rugs.
Okay, these were $24 for a 4-pack. So I actually have an extra one, and I still want Jay to cut one of those so that we can put it on the bottom one. But for now, it's in storage.
Okay, the next purchase are these tire covers. So we needed 6 tire covers. So what we're looking at is our driver's side rear, and we bought 4 of those. And so there's 2 on the side, and then of course there's 2 on the passenger side. And then we bought 2 separate front tire covers because they're a larger tire. Total cost for all 6 tire covers on Amazon was about $52, so just over $50 for all 6 covers. What I will say is they will work for now. Would I do it again? No. And maybe you can tell me in the comments, like, is there something I'm doing wrong? I don't know. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. This back single tire right here, it works. It's too big for it actually, but it clips, so it's not going to fly off. But you can see it's not as tight as what I'll show you the front tires are. This back dual tire here, the cover is just too small to go. It's like it wants to go around both tires. It's that big, but it's just not quite big enough to go around both. And then, so what I've got is I've got it stuffed down between the 2 tires on the inside, but then I can't clip them at the bottom. Honestly, I'm not really worried about it because I think we're going to end up getting the MagnaShade tire covers. I'm going to watch and do a little bit more research on that, but right now we're just going to roll with these. We've got our tires protected, and when they are worn out, or as I see them starting to get worn out, then we'll make a change. But at least we've got them protected in the interim. Let me show you the front tires. So these are the front tire covers. You can see how tight they fit. There's just a little bit of tire exposed on the very bottom. I'm not sure if you can see that, but other than that, they fit. They're snug, and they're gonna bungee together. I've got to get the bungees. Honestly, before I buy MagnaShade, I might look at this style for the rear wheels. They're not the same tire cover. So before I make that big purchase and investment, I really do like this front one better. We had to get 2 different kinds because of the size. And honestly, I believe this size would fit on the back tires well. So, and they don't have the clips, they have the bungee, so it allows me the ability to do some things differently to get them on there. So I do like this one. We'll put a link on which one we have, and more on that. If I like these, then I'm going to switch them and put all 6 on here before I spend $300 for MagnaShade. Our next purchase, this kind of goes along with the step mats that we talked about, but this is exterior. So Rochelle found these step treads, and these are going to get installed today. We have some cleaning outside to do before we do it, but they come with a 3M backing, so you just peel this layer and they're sticky, so we'll make sure and clean the surface of the exterior steps. We have 2 exterior steps. These are $33 a piece. So this purchase was $66, but again, it depends on how many exterior steps you have. So more on this with the installation video, not part of this one. But yeah, but this is going to help, one, with just kind of a nice overall gripped surface, but it's also going to look much better than what we currently have, which is just factory. It's got a grip on it, but it's a small grip, and these should clean it up really nicely. Just yeah, just there. The after looks good. I mean, well worth not having to cut to fit perfectly. Just buying, sticking them on. All I did was clean the steps, stick them on. Yeah, we're back to the kitchen.
Okay, so we knew going in, and I knew of these because my daughter has these same pans, pots and pans. These are so cool because they're all interchangeable, or the handles are all interchangeable. And you've got, remind me how much these were?
$70.
$70.
I was shocked. I would let her buy these again. I
like he lets
totally
me
thought
buy
these were going to
anything.
be like 200 plus.
All right,
I really
so
did.
You have 2 lids,
You forgot
and
about
they
the
fit.
two
Oh
handles.
yeah, I'm going to show. You have 2 lids, and they fit. Like this lid fits these 3, I think.
Yep.
Yep. And then this lid fits the 2 big ones. And then they come with the handles, and they're interchangeable. I have 2 handles. You just clip it on there like that. And then when you're ready to take it off, you unclip it. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy.
$70.
Totally
So,
worth it.
What I love about this is we have had, for most of our marriage, I'm going with crap dishes. And just because I'm too cheap to buy
We've
stuff.
had
We
some
have
good
okay
dishes,
but we've never had a set like this.
Yeah.
What I love is that
I don't remember.
no, those small ones are by themselves.
Okay,
what I
that's
love
what
is
it
that
is.
this is all we need.
Yeah.
And the other thing I love before you close it is, for the most part, this is our pots and pans drawer. You see, this is the silicone, and then our pots and pans, and they look nice, they store nicely, and they're all just in that little drawer.
Yep.
It's awesome. $70.
Can't beat it.
Good job, Rochelle.
Thanks.
Approved. All right, this is our RV extension ladder. You can see it will store nicely, nice and compact, but it'll allow us to get all the way up to the roof. I'm not going to go through the extension process, but you can see each of these extends, and we will have access to the roof, or our canopies, slide covers, all that good stuff. This ladder cost us $80, and it's going to be a huge, as far as space saving, and then being able to do everything we need to do on the RV. So $80. Now we don't have a huge extendable gorilla ladder or whatever that we have to store. This will do the trick. So this is one of those pre-RV purchases, but we pretty quickly realized this needed to be in the RV. You might be asking, what is this little round contraption? This is the world's best fan. At its most minimal level, you've got that. You can angle it forward, depends on where you're at. But then it extends up, and you can angle the head, you can turn it all the way around, you can do a lot of stuff. And we won't show you, but it oscillates, it moves on its own.
And it has a nightlight.
and it has a night light right around here. So full disclosure, this was our cruise slash hotel stay fan. So if we were going somewhere and we were staying overnight away from our house, we took the fan with us. It doesn't leave the RV anymore. Many times I will sit it because Rochelle and I are polar opposites, and we have to turn the air off, and I need some fan. And so our fan comes out here and it works great. But all of you RVers that understand, storage is huge. Yeah. And of course, we just when we're driving, we just throw it on the bed. But if you wanted to put it away in a cabinet, it's super convenient to do so.
And it comes with a carry case, so if you want to go on a cruise or you want to go on vacation somewhere and you're a person that has to have a fan when you sleep, it's very awesome.
Yeah, it literally, the carry case is this size. It fits right inside it. Because I have big fat fingers, I actually have a hard time getting it out of the carry case. So we just turn the carry case over. So that's how compact the carry case is. And it easily goes, so when we go to a hotel, travel overnight or something, it just goes in your suitcase. Super easy. Now, this fan cost us $90. I am a cheapskate for the most part, and I would pay that $90 for the fan again. Rochelle said you can find fans like this cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah.
But this is the Venty, V-E-N-T-Y. Recommend.
Yep.
All right, our next purchase. We've talked about this before, but I'm going to show you again. That's as high as the legs go, which is, it's okay. Not great. And so we knew we had to get some ottomans, and that was going to help. We measured these to get, and it allows our legs to be
fully extended.
Fully extended, same level, so much nicer. Plus, voila, storage. So these ottomans go with our color scheme, which I don't know if the color scheme, you following me?
Nope, I forgot.
Rochelle on the camera, dangerous game.
At these ottomans.
Our color scheme might be because of Rochelle's Keurig.
No, because the Keurig's not going to stay.
Pan to the Keurig. Just pan to the Keurig anyway.
But the Keurig's not going to stay.
All right.
The Keurig is my classroom Keurig, but since we're in two places right now.
Gotcha. Okay. So the ottomans were $60 each. So we got two, so that's $120, but depending on your need, $60. And then Rochelle picked up this handy dandy tray where she can keep her Kindle, her massager. You can put a cup. So really comes in handy. That's not really one of our 15, but since we're talking ottomans, it's a cool little addition to our ottomans.
Yeah, and it was $10 at Hobby Lobby.
Okay, up next. Whoa, space saving for sure. So, our first trip, I brought my large compressor from home, put it in the back of the Jeep. I actually was able to put it in one of the bays. That's because we're not living in it right now, and I had plenty of room in the bays. But this is the RVer 400p RV air compressor system, specifically made for big rigs and RVs. It comes with two air hose extensions. I won't get the other one out. It's two of these essentially. I've got it all kind of rigged in here. The tire stem, the gun, the air gun. So you just push that, and then you've got your gauge here. This would connect right here. this is the air compressor. So the air compressor connects directly to a battery. Could be your tow vehicle battery, could be the batteries on your unit. It just depends on what you've got, the power. So it, 9 times out of 10 we're using this, and checking our air before we would leave. So we're still connected to shore power, so your batteries should work. But all in all, you've got your tow vehicle, you've got a car vehicle. The 2 hoses combined will get you 60 feet. So you could easily go from your tow vehicle all the way from the front to the back tires to get everything aired up on each side, and space saving. And so when you're living full time and space is everything, this compared to what I brought out here last weekend, huge. And side note, our neighbors next door to us live here full time. I'm sure I waited till 8 o'clock in the morning, but we needed to get rolling. That compressor was not super quiet that I brought from the house as it filled. So I'm sure this will be much better. It's clearly more efficient space wise and made specific for RVs, but we'll be able to use it on our tow vehicle or either of our vehicles to air up. Just super convenient. But we could even use it for inflating, beach type stuff or pool stuff or balls or bicycle tires when Rochelle gets her electric bike. That's coming soon. We just know it. So super handy, way more space saving. It's not even comparable how much space we just saved in the RV with this. This cost us $350. So we got the 400p-RV, which is a 150 psi capacity. I'm not super mechanical. I watched some YouTube videos on this. I knew that this would get our motorhome tires. I think they have one size larger actually. Then they have some smaller sizes. So I highly recommend whatever size you need for your rig, and then it comes with everything that you see, plus things that I didn't get out, which is just duplicates of items, all came with it in that $350. And then it just goes right back into this handy dandy carry case. For storage, $350, which it is a lot. But when you're in a crunch on the side of the road and you've got everything that you need, you'll be thinking yourself, I'm talking and I didn't even put all this stuff back in the way I had originally put it, so my bad. This little contraption though, if I had one complaint, it doesn't easily store. So like if I go in at an angle, it's gonna kind of poke out on the side. Let me just try that though. We're solving the world's problems right now. All right, that's actually the best way. It's not terrible. It's just a hair long, but it works. All right. The creation of this video helped me solve that problem. And just like that, we are back. I would say this weighs, this is not any sort of science. I didn't even look. I would think that this weighs in the realm of 10 to 15 pounds total, roughly. Okay, next on our list, this was quite possibly the first purchase. It was definitely other than the motorhome, and we'll talk about retro bands and tires in another video. But other than the motorhome, this was purchased before we actually took possession of the motorhome, and it was our most expensive thing. So this is the Power Watchdog Smart Surge Protector Plus EPO, Emergency Power Off. So if the voltage coming in is incorrect, it will basically sense that and it shuts off to protect the rig. Now, this was $400, so it's a big purchase. But when you're talking about protecting the type of purchase that it is protecting, whether that's a motorhome, fifth wheel, it's still, it's really, really nice to know that we've got that outside protection. It also connects to Wi-Fi, so when we're at work, we could check on the status of it if we want. This is a secondary unit for us. We have an internal watchdog as well, but for me, $400, when you're talking about the types of money that you would spend on fixes, this is definitely $400 invested. Now, as just a little side note, we have, as you can see, a fairly cheap lock. I mean, it's $400 and would be easy for somebody to come and grab. You hate to think that anybody would, but why do people do what they do? So if nothing else, it makes it that much harder. But yeah, Power Watchdog EPO, $400. You can definitely get surge protectors for cheaper. But the fact that you can check this via Wi-Fi and not even be here, I mean, it's just a great kind of peace of mind.
Okay, so internet is always a hot topic, right? What are you going to do for internet when you're in your RV? We did a lot of YouTube researching, and we heard about T-Mobile Home, and we were very intrigued. So we went to T-Mobile, and they were like, sure, this will work. And it was $65 a month if you don't have other services, but we combined it with our phone service, so it's $45 a month. Which is a total of $540 a year. But it's awesome. We took it with us when we went last weekend on our vacation, and it never lost internet service. I was on my phone online and had the TV online, so it's pretty awesome.
And we had no issues. We were in a really wooded space for our vacation, heavy pine trees. We had, I hate to say better service, because we have good service here. I don't know, but I was really surprised there was no buffering. I felt like it was a little bit faster even.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we were out. We weren't in a big town. So it worked really, really well.
Yeah.
So far, so good on that. We know that there's all this talk about Starlink, but we wanted to try T-Mobile Home
Just
first,
because it's more cost effective.
The cost, and so why not?
Right.
And it's portable.
Right.
So let's just say we wanted to go to, we could technically, we still have our house right now. We could take it back and forth between here and the house and just have that as our internet, but we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So we just leave it here, and but it is portable. So let's say we were to go to a hotel and we didn't want to mess with the hotel Wi-Fi. Well, you can see it's super convenient, a lot like the fan.
Yeah, it's totally plug and play.
We could just put it in our bag, plug it in when we get there, and we're off and streaming.
Yeah.
All right, so there you have our top 15 purchases. Not necessarily all of our purchases, because there are more. That's on another episode. These really are the top 15 everyday purchases, anywhere from, we went from $9 all the way up to our internet, which is $540 for the year. So $45 a month, but not necessarily must-have items, but items that we have found that we kind of must have, or that we like.
Yeah.
That's it. So, top 15 purchases that we've made to date, and there are some big ones still to come. We're going to be talking retro bands. We're going to be talking tires. We're going to be talking Magna Shade. And we're going to be talking e-bikes. She got her way. Or should I say e-trikes?
Oh.
Don't know. Okay, be sure you hit that subscribe button. It's free, absolutely free. Doesn't cost you anything but a push of a button. Leave us a comment on things that you've found that are day-to-day must-haves that maybe we didn't mention. Not all the sewage stuff, all that stuff, just actual living stuff. What do you have that we left out? We'll see if we have it, or if Rochelle will hit Amazon and bring it next weekend.
Most likely.
All right. Be sure and like, subscribe, share. See you next time.